Welcome, friendos. Bridgeburner 412 here, and we're going to be doing a complete walkthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. Now, I did start a character, and I got all the way through Blighttown, and I was doing a faith build, and you know what? It just wasn't fun. It was a mace, which, has a very kind of limited move set. And then I had this miracle lightning spear that pretty much destroyed everything in its path. So bosses were not fun. Basically, they were a joke. So I want to adjust the air here first. I want to start over. And you know what? With Souls, that's kind of what you do. You play through. If you're not having fun with a class, just start over. There's nothing wrong with that. All that's lost is the time, but that's okay. It was fun time that was spent, by and large. So we're starting over. And this is going to be a quality build. Just like I did with my Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. So let's get things going. Plus, the quality build is probably better for people coming to Souls for the first time. It allows you to play any kind of weapon you want. Bridgeburner for 12 won't fit. Bridgeburner won't fit, so we'll just go with Burner. And done. We're going to be Male. And our class will be, I don't know if I want Warrior or Knight. I think Warrior to start with. Because you start with Strength and Dex. Here with a Knight you start Strength and Dex at 11. Here you start at 13. And you don't have as much Vitality, but you have more endurance. So Warrior probably is the way to go. Looking at this. Our gift is going to be the Master Key. I can't recommend strongly enough that you get the Master Key. It's going to allow us to get some things a little bit easier than we would normally. Should we buff up a little bit? Yikes. So we will... These presets are so dumb. This is a game from 2012, so it's pretty old. So the options on character creation are not good. I guess we'll just go with short here. We're going to have a helmet on most of the time, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just keep this as it is. And we'll just accept that. I know we can accept that. Oh, we're fine with this. So let's see, how do I confirm that this is what I want? No, I don't want to do that. I promise I know what I'm doing in this game. Yeah. Alright, cutscene time.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Leto unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Okay, so at the outset here, I should probably say I am not a great player. I am a competent player. So there will be mistakes. There will be deaths. This isn't going to be a deathless walkthrough or a no-hit walkthrough.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
And then there's
This
us.
is your fate.
And I should probably also state at the outset, this is not going to be a lore exploration video. There's tons of stuff out on the web to look at if you're interested in the Dark Souls lore. VodiVidya, of course, is the go-to. But we will be touching on some things as we go along. Okay, so we start here in the Undead Asylum, where we've been locked away to await the ending of the world, but now we got a key. So we're free! And I'm going to kill all these because every soul is going to count. Even though our little broken sword is garbage. For those of you who are unfamiliar with souls, you start out as total garbage, where you have no stats, no nothing. And you might think, well, that's every game, but in this case, it is really the case. You are garbage, starting out. And one of the things that makes Souls attractive to me is that you really get a sense of... oops, I'm going backwards already. You get a sense of really improving and a sense of satisfaction for accomplishing very difficult tasks. Did I run around in a circle again? No. Okay. Is this the way to go? I believe so. How can I be lost already? I came back to where we started. Stuff like that'll happen quite a few times in our playthrough as I get turned around. I'm not a big fan of mazes in general because of my spatial awarenesses. Oh, there we go. Head up the ladder. Come out and light your first bonfire. So congratulations. You've lit a bonfire. No need to rest as we don't have anything right now. Open up this door. And there's a beastie that's going to fall into the room. You do not want to try to beat this beast. You can. There's no reason to. It gives you I think a demon's hammer or a great axe or something like that. Rest at this bonfire, which is great, but it takes like 50 strength, and you don't have 50 strength starting out, so it's useless at this point in the game. So yeah, no reason to beat him with your little broken hilt sword, because we're going to be getting a sword here in a second. So put on your shield. Now our sword is right here, which is a pretty good weapon to start with. I don't know if it's going to run away or what. I'm going to try to put on the sword right now. Probably take a hit to the face. How about that? Ah! The thing about the long swords, you get a good thrust like that, so you can see how much stronger the long sword is. So good on us. So we're just going to keep the pain train rolling here. Head up the stairs to your first fog door. So we're going to head into the first fog door. Uh-oh, dog's in the room. Watch out. First of many times, bridge burner dogs are going to show up in our stream or our recording. Alright, so here we are at the beginning of the game. So you're going to head over here, run up these stairs, and then jump off the side, because there's going to be a big hole that goes down and smashes open this door.
Oh,
and talk to Oscar.
You're no hollow. Thank
well,
goodness.
I don't know.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Yeah, of course we're going to hear him out.
I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know.
The fate of the undead thou shalt know.
And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
An undead favorite. Okay, the Estus flask is what gives us our health back. And apparently I am going to bow to him for that. And the Undead Asylum key, which we need to continue. There are haptic controls on the PS4.
Now I must bid farewell.
So often I'll be rocking side to side in my chair, and it will register.
And thank you.
Register that when I'm pushing the X button. So apologies for my unintentional emotes. Okay, so now we head up here. So something died somewhere. And the key we just got from him allows us to advance in the game. So it's not possible to advance until you go back there and get your Estus Flask and that key. Okay. I have to say already, even though this is just the longsword, it is so much better than the mace that I was using. The mace was quite dull, not very versatile. So that's the backstab mechanic. You just circle around behind the enemy, stab them in the back for major damage. We don't have the ability to open this yet. We will a little bit later in the game, and we'll be coming back here to get some stuff, and one ring in particular there. Okay. Was there something here I didn't get? Okay, so now is your first boss in the game. And he is, pardon my phone, he is the Stray Demon, I think Stray Demon, something like that. And we're going to plunge onto his dome and stab him in the head, and then run to the side. He has a big swing, which is pretty slow. It's pretty easy to dodge. I say that now, and I'll probably get hit. And then he does a flying butt pound. So that's the one that will hurt, so you want to make sure that you roll out of that. So basically we're going to drop onto him, then we're going to go to the side and wail on his leg. So you just whee! And right bumper. Some pretty good damage there. Whoops. So just come around and get your Estus on. I just could not pass up the opportunity to get those shots in. So find your spots. Use that shield. Ow. Usually if you hit him right on the side here, you'll be safe. Now to regain your stamina, that's the green bar, you need to drop your shield. Your stamina will regen, but it'll be a lot slower. Side, and congratulations, you killed your first boss in Dark Souls. So pretty easy. Get that key, get that humanity. We'll be going over humanities and what they do a little bit later. And top off. And that's all for this area for at this point. Like I said, we will be coming back here. But now it's just advancing. So before we head up there to advance, come down here and go around the side. There is a soul. Soul packet, soul of the lost undead. Then we're going to head up here. And when you get to here, the crow will come and grab you.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
So that's a famous image.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
So as Dark Souls 3 is Lothric, and Bloodborne is Yharnam, Dark Souls 2 is Dranglake, Dark Souls 1 is Lordran. So that is the name of this world. And here we here and build my bangbow. So this is, I guess, the main hub. It's not as main a hub as it is in Dark Souls 3, but this is Firelink Shrine. I think it makes you rest here to get the message to go away. There it goes. Come up here, grab some humanities. We'll be going over humanities when they start to become relevant to our playthrough.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival.
Oh yeah, so we're just going to go through his thing here. You can listen to his dialogue. Basically it just tells you about the 2 bells that we need to ring, the bells of awakening. So that we can advance. There's also a dude up here. I think his name is Petrus of Tolland. And you can join his covenant if you want. You're automatically in the covenant if you choose a cleric. And he would teach you miracles. So that's where you get some miracles. They're really not very good miracles at the beginning of the game. You need to have 25 faith in order to get that lightning spear miracle, so you end up putting a lot of points in faith right off the bat, which makes you a little bit weaker for other content, but, you know, like I say, it wasn't too bad. Okay, so we're going to want to rest at the bonfire, and we get 10 Estus flasks. We also got a soul packet, so we're going to go ahead and use that right now. The way the humanities work, if you look in the upper left-hand corner there, where it says 00 and it's gray, if we are in human form, that number will be bright white. And if you have it higher, so like up to 10, you have a greater chance of getting items from drops from various mobs. So we're going to want that eventually. But we don't really need it right now. We're dying here a couple times, as we've got a couple suicide runs we need to get out of the way here at the beginning. So let's go ahead and level up, and we're going to pretty much try to get we're going to get dexterity up to 14, strength to use the claymore I think is 16, and we're going to want that plus the Drake sword that we're going to be getting. I'm going to show you a secret way to get that to help as well. But basically, a quality build is where strength and dexterity are pretty equal. Unless we get some great weapon. In that last playthrough, of course, I got the 1 in 100 drop of a Baldur side sword, which is a good dex weapon. But I was running a faith build, so it was useless to me. Or if we get, you know, a Black Knight sword that's strength, we can. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Okay, so we're going to put a couple points of vitality and endurance to start off with here. And we're going to do a couple potentially suicide runs. But first, we're going to grab a couple items. I'm going to try to show you where every single item is in the game that you might want. So, fire bombs. A lot of which we won't be using on this playthrough. And back over here, past our guy. And you're going to head up to an elevator shaft up these stairs. There's an item up here, though, that we can grab right away. Another soul packet. And then we're going to come on over, and the elevator is not functional right now, so you can drop in either hole. And then I promise there's a way out. And then you can drop down here. Get your homeward bones. Those basically teleport you back to the last bonfire that you rested at. Morning Star Talisman. We're going to check to see if we should switch to that morning star right away here. So you can compare here. So this hits for 83. If you hit the square button, it'll give you the details. So this scales C and C on strength. If you look down there at param bonus, that's parameter bonus. The C and the C is, like a grade, it's average. B is better. A is awesome. And then S is signature scaling. And then right next to that where it says REQ param, that's required parameter. So you need 10 strength and 10 dex to be able to use this. The muscle is the strength. The hand is dexterity. The one next to it is intelligence. And then the star is faith. So those are the primary stats. So if we come down here, it's C scaling in strength. And if the number's blue, that's an improvement. So here we have 80 plus 12, so that's 92. Here we have 83 plus 9, which is 92. So we lose our dex scaling that we have on the longsword, but we get a bleed effect as well. So, 6 of one, half dozen of the other at this point. We'll go ahead and, you know what? No, I like the longsword, so let's keep that longsword on. But if you want to bleed, bleed builds up on meter, and once the meter fills, it procs for a big blood loss burst damage. Lloyd's Talisman keeps people or monsters from using Estus. They can't use their own Estus shards or flasks. Okay, so here's probably where we're going to die. We're going to try not to, but we're going to run down here and we're going to try to collect some things. These skeletons are really super strong at this point. You're really not meant to come this direction right away, but there are a lot of items that you might want to play with in your playthrough. The Zweihander is especially popular. A lot of people love the Zweihander. And you get it right away. Your wing spear. I think I turned around by accident. There's another item over there. Let's see if we can lose these skellies. There it is. Probably going to die here because I don't think there's a way out. Once we get here, it's the binoculars. See, we get surrounded. But doesn't really matter, since we only have 317 souls. And the way the mechanic works is when you die, your bloodstain will sit there. And you have to make your way back to the bloodstain and pick it up in order to get your souls back. But it was only 317 souls, so we're not going to worry about it. And we're going to head back and go up the other way. We have to come around from that elevator. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Because there's some more stuff. I swear I turned the wrong direction down that every time. There's going to be some more stuff to get in the other direction. So we're just going to drop down again. You got to come all the way around that step. You will get stuck on that step if you are not careful. So head all the way up here. Actually, I missed my turn. Many times as I've done this, you'd think I would remember it at this point. But if we die, like I said, it's no big deal at this point. Large soul of lost undead. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. It is this way to get the item. Just be speedy. Grab it and get around the corner. I think that's it. If not, we are going to be coming back there a little bit later. Just head back down to the bonfire and take a rest. And all of the enemies and status effects that you have, if you're able to rest, will reset. Okay, our next suicide run is going to be in this direction. It's basically going to get us an Estus Flask upgrade right off the bat, which is anytime you can get more healing, that is a good thing, so you want it for sure. It's not that hard to get. It's the reason, or one of the reasons why we got the master key right off the bat. Actually, I'm not sure we need the master key for this, but the master key will be huge for us. So we're going to come out here, and is there something here? We're basically going to come out here. We might as well pick up this item that's over here. We're not meant to be in this area either. But we're going to drop down. Poke. Oh, he didn't die. As you can see, pretty strong dudes. And we're going to open this door. Get that. Now, we're going to have a great weapon, so there's no need to suicide run over there, but there is a dragon or a drake leaning against the wall over there. Well, we might as well go do it. We don't have any souls to lose, really. So it'll just put us back at the bonfire. And we'll have to come back down. So I might as well show you how to do it. A lot of people like the Astora Straight Sword, which you can grab over here. I think there's more than one item, though. So here's a big drake against the wall. You will not be able to kill this drake. Once you pick up those two items, you will be dead. That is, I can't remember what that is, maybe an ember. But we got the two things that are going to be great for us at the beginning. We're not going to use the Astora Straight Sword, but the Dragon Crest Shield will be nice. I'm not sure if we're going to have the stats to use it. I think we need some strength to be able to use it. Let's take a gander. So we can use it. It's 100% damage bonus, but this was what we'll be using for fire block. And since we're going to face that more than magic at the beginning, we might as well just switch to that right now. So, Dragon Crest Shield. Sweet! Okay, now we have to run back down there again. Because that wasn't the reason for going down there. But since I want to show you everything in a 100% walkthrough, don't fall down the hole. Dark Souls Remastered. Actually, Dark Souls was the revolutionary game. Demon Souls for the PS3 kind of got things going. I never played that. I did play Dark Souls when it first came out and got so furious because I wasn't the man I am today that I said screw this, because there was so much hardness in the game that I just I got so angry. I decided I've got better things to do with my time. And to be fair, I did have a lot of stuff going on in my life with a wife and a newborn that, you know, that'll put the stress on anybody. For those of you who have children, you know what that's like. And now, many years later, I'm in a different spot. So go ahead and grab the S stock. And we're going to come around. I thought we were we're supposed to get here. Maybe it's a little bit further on. We're supposed to get things that allow you to kill the baddies up here. Maybe it's further on, I don't know. I don't think it's a drop. Oh, here it is. So Transient Curse allows you to hit the ghosties. I don't know why I'm killing these things. We're going to lose all these souls, but it doesn't matter. So what you do is we're going to come across this bridge. It's quite a long way. We're just going to follow this wall. Around the side, there's going to be bad things that are going to be following us. And there's going to be out. Go ahead and keep the Firekeeper soul, and I always roll off because I do not want to give him the satisfaction of killing me. So the Firekeeper soul is what you use to increase your Estus. So if you play Dark Souls 3, it's the Undead Bone Shard that you burn in the bonfires. The Firekeeper souls you bring down to the Firekeeper. He is locked in a cage. She doesn't talk, but she will allow you to reinforce your Estus Flask, so we get it to +1. You can talk to her. I don't know why they put a talk option there, but they do. She never talks to you. So, we have made our first steps into Lordran. I'm really going to have a lot of fun on this walkthrough. I hope you do too. Please feel free to leave comments below. And I do try to respond to all the comments. Any comments that are made, so feel free. And we look forward to seeing you in our next adventure as Bridge Burner 412 walk through Lordran and Dark Souls Remastered.